If you were to have a bet at those prices, though, where would you be looking at the moment?
Each way, at the moment, I'd be praying for a little bit of rain, but I would probably go a little bit for Place du Carrousel.
Okay, for the master trainer. Yeah. Well, Laurent touched on Hukum. We heard from the hero Goda from the Green Channel in Japan a little bit earlier on. He was talking us through through 7 Seas, but said if he had to pick the best of the Europeans, Laurent, it's the King George winner Hukum he selected.
Yes, Hukum, it's a very unusual profile to go into the Arc, Martin, for different reasons. His campaign, they've been very different from what we see usually. The figures don't speak in his favours, obviously, because no 6-year-old ever won the Arc so far. There was a 7-year-old winning the Arc, but it was back in 1932, Motrico. But what he has done, the way he won last year the Coronation Cup, that amazing battle here at Ascot in the King George with Westover, he's very tough. He has matured well. He's very good. He's got many things going for him. Yeah.
I mean, he's a 6-year-old, but he's shown probably the best level of form he ever has in his last 3 starts, in the Coronation,
yep, in
the Brigadier Gerard, when he floored Desert Crown,
yes,
and then when he beat Westover that day.
That's it. No, it's what I just think over the years. I think he's a horse that goes into the race with a proper life chance. He's a potential winner of the race. But what I think, and looking at the race over the year, whenever you had a very dominant 3-year-old either side of the channel, a real top-class 3-year-old, and we suspect Ace Impact is one of them, it's been a race for the 3-year-old, the Arc. Just look at the Roll of Honour. Whenever there's been an outstanding 3-year-old, it's been for the 3-year-old. For the older horses, it's just tough. You have to think the weight allowance for age, things like this. That's why it's hard to say that no, I can't see him win. It's not true, but I just think these older horses, they are vulnerable to the 3-year-olds.
Well, Westover ran in the Arc last year as a 3-year-old. Conditions had gone against him. He got beat by Hukum, as we saw in the King George. But just the size and the physical scope of this horse, he can just be really coming to his peak now.
No, it's an incredible horse physically. He destroyed his rival here in the Grand Prix de Saint-Cloud. You have to think, Zagre, that was second. You thought for a second Zagre was going to come and challenge him, and you just find out at the end Westover is too tough, he's too good, and he goes away from Zagre. Zagre has since won the Group 1 in Germany.
Yeah.
He's been taken out of the Arc because he probably hasn't recovered from the race in Germany. That's the reason. But look at Westover going well clear at the end. So the form of the race is strong. It's very strong.
And Westover beat him by a similar distance in Dubai, in behind Equinox.
That's it. So it's, the form has held up well. Everything is there. I just thought after the race at Saint-Cloud, it was a magnificent performance. I think he broke the record of the race that day. But I just think...
He did, yeah.
What a horse he is, and once again to find things to go against him, no, it's very difficult. But I just think again that the real good 3-year-old with a proper turn of foot, with a lot of class, I think these older horses are vulnerable to the 3-year-old.
Okay, well, Rafe Beckett is enjoying a stellar season. What about Continuous? He'll be supplemented into the field, all being well, on Wednesday. He's shown progress this year. Laurent, he kicked off with a 3rd in the Dante, and he ran away from him in the Ledger last time.
Yes, the Prix du Jockey Club's performance probably one to be left behind, but we saw him progressing very immensely throughout the summer and the end of the summer. Now the thing that bothers me, it may not make a difference, but most of the horses in the Arc that are left in the Arc, they've had the Arc as a main target. He hasn't been prepared on purpose for the Arc, this horse. He's very good, he's progressing, he could do, he could just get the job done, why not? But the thing is, it's a race coming quite soon after the St. Leger, where, no matter how easy he won the St. Leger, he had a hard race.
And Hurricane Lane nearly did it a couple of years ago.
He nearly did it, yes. That's the thing. He nearly did it. If he had the Arc as a proper target, as the only target, he could have done it. But because, it's 2 races back to back, very close to each other's, Doncaster, it's a long way from the time you enter the straight to the winning post, and it's hard racing, very hard races for horses. So we'll see.
Question for you: if Coolmore had, or Ballydarrell had, another legitimate Arc contender, would they be even thinking about putting him into the field? They've got nothing else in there, have they?
Well, the answer is in the question. That's it. I think he would have given probably more time to target something else later in the year, you know, go either to America. No, they've got another horse for the Breeders' Cup, but you know, he's a horse that could go to Japan, maybe Hong Kong as well. So he's got different option. He's going for the Arc. It's important for them to have a horse in the Arc, but because it was not the main target, you see Jean-Claude Rouget, Stéphane Vattel with Sim Camille, André Fa possibly with Place du Carrousel. They've been preparing the Arc for months now. They've been shaping the horses, their horses up for the Arc. So unlike this one, but he may now be, you know, good enough to go and win anyway. I don't think so.